Anyway, Ghost Lady, when last did you do a short left?
A short left?
Yes.
All the time. I've got a family. You have to entertain them kids.
Okay, when last was it?
We did Harties was it last month for the kids? Yeah.
Ah, Harties. Yeah, Harties is nice, bro.
Harties is nice. And it's one of those, what do they call them? Backyard tourism, right? It's like where you can actually do a tourist thing, but right next to it's like if you live
close
in
by,
Soweto and Dimkloof when you go to Vilagazi Street. So that's like, and that's actually tourism. People don't get it.
Because we stay in Centurion, so literally where I stay in Centurion, like Harties is 30 minutes away. Like
even
it's very easy. 20 minutes even,
But anyway, the reason why I'm asking you guys is because I love traveling, and there's a special coming up that you can't miss, as well as the chillers. And it's called the Great South African Sale this travel week. It's for 1 week only from the 8th to the 14th of September. You get massive discounts up to 50% off on traveling all across South Africa. So whether it's a bush, beach, city life, even adventure getaways, you name it, it's all on the list. This is a nationwide sale, so whether you're in Joburg, Cape Town, Durban, Limpopo, or any province in the country, make sure you take advantage of this special. And the nice thing is that you can buy the tickets next week, but travel later.
And a great leader, a great manager is better than a great concept. So I'd rather have a bad concept and a great chief executive, great leader, because they'll find the way. Okay, type in Piers Morgan.
Jeez, you're Morgan or Piers.
And I wasn't impressed with some of the stuff you're saying, man.
What did I say?
You were spreading some misinformation there.
Oh, that was some of that terrorist.
Yeah.
What have those Afrikaners done that no one else in South Africa's done? Unity, organization, commitment, and they work together for the better. Do you know they're launching a new university? If kill the Boer, kill the farmer, one settler, one bullet isn't hate speech, what is? Tell me what it is. Go on.
But there was a hidden agenda.
I can go, the hidden agenda was
Elon Musk.
Cyril, you are useless.
No, it was Starlink.
No, it's not. You guys, that's conspiracy theory. Do you wear little silver hats and worry about the Don't. I admit, I'm on Manjaro. Okay? Look at me, baby, look at me. Before, after.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the most controversial billionaire in the country, Mr. Rob Hersov. Welcome back, sir.
Maybe the world, man.
Maybe the world.
Part of the world.
Last time I saw you, I was at your house. Beautiful house, by the way. It's got an amazing house. You can see it's a Table Mountain.
As you'd expect.
Of course, yeah.
But I was lit, right? So I get there, met the kids.
He was a bit.
We bring the kids to sleep over.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they came down for photographs with MacG. They're all excited to meet you. Yeah. In their pajamas and everything. And
So we take a picture, whatever. I just arrived, dog. Within 10 minutes, like, yeah, Mac, you gotta go. I gotta go somewhere. I gotta do this. I'm like, this nigga's about to have a freak off. He's about to have a freak off. He's chasing me away.
Fly off to some island, yeah? Some unnamed island.
we hung out.
Yeah. We having a freak off, though.
No.
Oh, okay.
Why would I do that?
Yeah.
I was super excited to meet you. I wanted you to meet Katie. I wanted you to meet the kids.
Yeah.
It was lekker.
But what's a Rob Hersov freak off look like? Like, what's happening there?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen it because I'm inside projecting it.
Yeah.
I think I've managed to chill. I'm a chiller now.
Nah.
And I've managed to hold it together.
Yeah.
But I usually lose the plot when I'm on a podcast. Because someone will call me comrade. I'll go, you know what that means to me? And then I get all insane. You want to trigger me, call me comrade.
I don't think he knows what a freak off is.
Yeah, I don't think he does.
Yeah.
Explain to him what a freak off is there.
It's a freak off. It's like an
not a
orgy,
freak out.
man. It's an orgy.
It's not an orgy.
It is. A
Did
freak
you see
off
the
is an
I know what a
orgy.
freak out
It's like-
is.
No, well, it's a freak off. You can freak out in a freak off. But a freak off is an orgy. It's a
Weren't you
sex party.
following the P. Diddy case, like with the baby oil and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a freak off, what he was doing.
Ah.
Even Epstein and them used
So
to
you
have
thought
them.
we were going to have a freak off there.
I thought you were going to one. Because you wanted me out of the house so quick.
No, I didn't want you out of the house.
Okay.
No, you just arrived an hour late. That's why.
But anyway, listen, last time we had you on the show, a lot of people, a lot of chillers wanted some business advice from you, right? So I want to find out from you, what industry do you think is going to boom next? What should people be on the lookout for? Because everybody's hustling with Cyrils economy, you know?
Yeah.
And there's AI now.
Yeah.
You know?
Great question.
Easier.
So don't think about which businesses AI is going to disrupt and change. It's every single business, okay? People think plumbers are the safest jobs from AI. They think being a salesperson is the safest job from AI. But think about it a different way. AI is going to supercharge those businesses. And you know, you can learn about AI by tonight. What AI do you use?
ChatGPT.
Okay, I use Manus, M-A-N-U-S. It's like a little finger clicking. It's free. And we should put a tag and you get free credits.
Yeah.
But Manus is unbelievable. I mean, every question I have, put into Manus. And here's the best story I've ever heard that no one's heard. I don't know her name, but she's like a 16-year-old schoolgirl in Cape Town. And she said to her dad, she's a surfer. And she said to her dad, I'm very small, and my biggest problem is carrying the surfboard down to the beach because, you know, your arms have got to be long. And her dad said, well, why don't you put that into AI and ask if there's a solution? She put it into AI. AI came up with a design of a thing to put over your shoulder to carry it for you. She then asked AI, what fabric should I use? What clasp? What brand shall I use? Where shall I put the brand? Designed the whole thing. Took it to one of the big surf brands. They've signed up exclusive rights internationally for the product. And it's just her on her own. She's 16, 17-year-old. She's got an exclusive right design for a product she hasn't even made.
Wow.
And that's a business. That's a potentially $100 million business from just sitting down, seeing a problem, putting it into AI, coming up with a solution. So for all the podcasts and chillers on this show, think of a problem in your life, or in other people's lives. Think of a challenge. Think of something that's difficult or complicated or takes up too much of your time, and ask AI what the solution is. And then say to AI, how do you turn that into a business? Within 20 minutes, you have a business plan, go-to-market plan, financial projections, who the partners are that you need to talk to. Do you need to hire anyone? Who you need to hire? What type? Bang, they did it all for you. Trust me, there will be teenage billionaires in the next few years that don't even have employees. That's the future. And there's zero reason you have to be an American in Silicon Valley to do it.
Yeah.
You know, you can be at Randburg and do it.
The future's bright, eh?
The future's unbelievable, you know?
So what industry do you think is booming? Like what's next? What should people look out for?
I mean, everything's gonna change.
Got you.
But to boom in South Africa, I think you know, there's a company called Poly Markets. Okay, I like the gambling and gaming area. I know a lot of people don't approve, but there's a company in America called Poly Markets, which we'd noticed really interesting. If you go on and have a look at it, and you can basically, it's a predictor. What are the chances of the GNU surviving till next Thursday? Okay. And it's got odds. So it's not just sports betting and things like that, it's predictions. And you can actually put in anything. You can say, will Ukraine and Russia have a peace deal by, you know, September the 2nd, midnight?
Yeah.
And people the odds, and you can bet against it. Anything. It's prediction and betting. And that's coming. Because I don't really bet. I don't bet. I don't like gambling. But I definitely, you know, when you're sitting in a thing and you say, GNU is going to collapse, and Sol says, no way, it'll hold together. Take a bet. You know, you do it on this
put your money where your mouth is.
Put your money where your mouth is. I might use that. I like that. Put your money where your mouth is.
Yes.
So that's going to boom. I think the transport sector is going to, you know, there's driverless cars coming, and there's robo-cars, and there's a company called Archer Aviation. They've designed a 5-seater drone airplane taxi. Can take off vertically, and I can go 180 kilometers distance. So here to Pretoria, George to Plett, Cape Town to Hermanus, whatever the links are. And the operating cost is almost zero. So the aircraft costs $5-6 million. Okay, that's real money. But then to run it, it costs, plug it in, power up the electricity, costs you nothing. One pilot, 4 passengers, small thing, bang, 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 bang. From here to Pretoria.
The taxi guys are going to shoot that down.
Shoot it down.
They should get into that business.
Oh, please. They've missed out with e-hailing. I don't think they're fast enough or agile enough to adapt.
Yeah.
Well, and regulation as well could be a bit of a speed hump.
And what about education?
Okay.
Education. So if you look at, aeroplanes 100 years ago, you had 2 wings, barely even flew. Okay. Today, supersonic. Okay. If you look at anything 100 years ago, horse and carriage, now you have driverless cars. The only thing that hasn't changed is education.
Okay.
If you take a photograph of then, a photograph of now, they're like 30 kids in a room and a teacher, 30 kids in a room and a teacher. It's ridiculous. It's still the same. But education's going to go through the roof. And I read an article yesterday where it said that AI homeschooling, the kids are 2 years ahead of the kids in the classrooms. AI homeschooling. So you can learn 50% more, 5 times better in a shorter period of time.
But doesn't it take away from like the human interaction?
The social social
100%.
learnings, getting bullied, getting words, insults hurled at you, you hurl back. It teaches you, it gives you this grit that you need in life, unlike being locked up in a room with AI.
So there's a business opportunity. I've just thought about it. Why don't you provide, or why don't your viewers provide, the socialization side of AI homeschooling? So if you do AI homeschooling, press set up an AI homeschooling thing, taking the South African education curriculum and accelerating it, and kids do it at home or in smaller groups. So, one mum, 5 kids, and they work, together. And then you guys set up a socialization business. So if they do the work twice as hard, let's say you can do your whole day's education syllabus in 2 hours. Because that's what I read. In 2 hours, you can do the whole day.
That's insane.
Because a lot of the stuff at school is wasted time.
Yeah.
But you're right, the socialization side, the kids then go to the socialization center. And then that's where you get sworn at, bullied, and deal with all that sort of cuck.
So,
What about it? I mean, there's a business idea.
Yeah, it is.
AI socialization skills.
So I'm in my hood, I'm in my kasi. I look around, I see the problem, I found the problem, do the AI thing, it comes up with a solution. Now I have to lead this thing. What are some of the characteristics of a good leader according to you as a business?
Ask AI.
Okay.
You just say to AI, what are the characteristics of the CEO or leader of this business I've come up with if it isn't me? So you're the spirit, the vision.
But personally, from your experience, being into business for so long.
It does depend on the business, but much like politics, a leader should be decisive. Even if you're going in the wrong direction, it's better to have momentum, recorrect. The best leaders are decisive. They look at the information and then they don't sit back and hope someone else is going to make a decision or set up a commission or a national dialogue or inquiry like useless leaders do. Cyril, you knew I was heading in that direction. They make a decision. They say, this is the direction we're going. And everyone gets behind that. And a great leader, a great manager is better than a great concept. So I'd rather have a bad concept and a great chief executive, great leader, because they'll find the way. Many businesses that I've founded or invested in at the beginning, if you look at the business plan then and what the business turned out to be 3, 4, 5 years later, it's completely different. So Katie, my wife, who I always mention on every podcast, and you've met her.
100%.
Super cool. She came up with an idea 14 years ago. She wanted to set up a business that explained illness and health to children in a way they could understand. So like Marvel meets medicine. So superheroes, comic book heroes. What's up with Sally? Medikids explains scoliosis. What's up with Ben? Medikids explains type 1 diabetes. And I think they did 130 conditions in 50 languages. And that's how the business started. We sold it 2 years ago for a lot of money.
Wow.
I'm happy to say.
Yeah.
And it at that point, it was in clinical trials, medical information. Wow. And it was called Medikids. And we sold it. It was called Jumo Health. Wow. So it went in this direction, pivoted, and ended up over there. And that's what you got to do. You got to get going.
And at what time do you think, I like that you mentioned that you sold the company, at what time do you think you need to sell the company? Because every company...
Such a good question.
Yeah.
Such a good question. So in the old days, last year, pre-AI. You know, you'd start a business and then you'd work for it takes 10 years to build a good business in the old days. And you'd spend 10 years building your business and then you'd sell once it had reached peak profitability, and then that game is still relevant. But now, if with AI, you could build a business that is, do you know the word disintermediating? A business that disintermediates means it rips the heart out of an existing business.
Yes.
So a new business disintermediates an existing business.
Kind of like podcasting.
Like podcasting. Exactly right.
Yeah.
And the danger today is that you launch a business that disintermediates someone. Within 6 to 12 months, the new kid with AI is going to disintermediate you. So these days, if you build a business, I think you build, sell, or not necessarily sell to exit, but sell to a strategic partner that you're destroying. They buy you to save themselves, and then they take you to another level. So I think in a way, the idea of spending 10 years to build the next Google or X or Salesforce.com is way harder. It's better to build smaller, get to $100, $200 million, sell, instead of trying to wait for 2 to 10 billion.
By the way, do you guys have you billionaires? Do you guys have the WhatsApp
secret
group?
WhatsApp group?
Yeah.
You had secret handshakes?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I thought they did, bro.
That's what's a secret. It's not going to come on the Africa's biggest podcast.
Yeah.
Say, we are this app.
I give you the secret signal. No.
I'd love to be a fly in that group, dog.
The Billy Club.
Yeah, the Billy Club.
The Billy Club. Yeah, Billy's. Yeah.
Listen, man. So you just come out.
I wish there was.
Yeah. You just come out of a podcast world tour. I've never heard of that, bro.
Yeah, man, it's been touring the world. Why don't you drop a gig guide, man, of all the podcasts you're going to be on for the next few months? Because you've been on them, man, over the world.
Not all of them. It's like a bit of a head-to-head against Ernst Roots. You've got Jordan Peterson, Ben Shapiro.
Who's that? Ernst Roots, who's that?
The guy got humiliated by Dan Corder, and he hates Dan Corder. Remember on
you hate Dan
Piers
Corder?
Morgan.
I got invited to be on that show.
Yeah, that's how I know.
Piers Morgan invited me.
Yeah.
He said, please come on my show. And I was all excited. I know Piers. I like him. I said, yeah, I'd love to. My wife said, you are not appearing on Piers Morgan. I went, why not? She said, you're just going to be clickbait. He doesn't interview. He sets you up. So you'll have two guys over here and two guys or girls over here. And then he doesn't let you speak enough and he winds you up and you get into a fight and you embarrass yourself.
Yeah, he plays to the algorithm.
Yeah, all he's playing to the algorithm. It's clickbait.
Yeah.
So I could play you the message I sent him.
What did you say?
I sent it. Does it on video?
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay, type in Piers Morgan.
Jeez, you and Morgan are peers.
AI can't do that.
Even I can't do that. That was beautiful. Okay, here's my message to Piers Morgan.
Yes. So who's the guy that was on Piers?
Ernest Roots, the guy who left Afriforum.
Yeah. Afriforum guy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That guy's a dick,
left
man.
with the glasses. Yeah,
he's a dick, man.
I'm in London this week for the ARC conference. Listen, Trump has turned... No, that's not it. Okay, I don't know. Where's it gone?
Oh, you can't find it.
Deleted it, but I'll find it for you.
Yeah, we'll put it in post.
Yes.
I basically said, Piers, I'd love to be on your show, and I will if I'm one-on-one. I'm not going to be clickbait.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was his response?
He didn't respond.
Okay.
He's probably blocked me.
Yeah. So how did that come?
But Gareth Cliff, yeah?
I said Gareth's probably the right guy. I contacted him, gave him to Piers, and he and Ernst Roots versus the idiot 3 beanie guy and some...
Dan Corder.
I like
We
Dan
love Dan Corder,
What's
man.
wrong with Dan Corder,
Makes
bro?
so much sense.
Yeah, I like that piece. He did a recent piece about
radio and
radio.
Yeah. You work
Beautiful. You must watch that. I agree with some of
Yeah.
the things you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay,
What's wrong with Dan Corder, bro? He's such a sweet
I'm
guy.
saying it, I like winding things up. Okay, I like
Like,
Dan
what did he do to you?
No, I've never listened to his stuff, so I'm just making it up. It's called snot clap love.
Okay.
If you don't know someone or if you meet someone, and the best way is to insult them, be rude to them, and clap them, like I've just done with Corder.
Yeah.
And then they either say, "Oh, you're an ass," and they don't talk to you, in which case you don't have to waste the time.
Yeah.
Or they go, "This guy's crazy. I like him."
Yeah.
And then they welcome you in, and then you know you're gonna. You just cut out the sort of getting on, flirting,
bullshit,
and you get straight to.
I
When I arrived in Cape Town,
No, it's fine, Tato. He's got a chillest.
when I arrived in Cape Town, 2017, I've been away from South Africa 31 years, and I came to Cape Town, and then I had these friends that I'd been at university with, like some of them nice, some boring old friends who'd done nothing.
Yeah.
And then I got introduced to the Cape Town scene. And I went to a couple of dinner parties and I thought, this is boring as shit. These people are talking about stuff that they don't know. They haven't traveled, and I'm getting irritated. So I created this thing called a demon grenade. Did I mention this to you last time?
No.
So a demon grenade is when you say something so outrageous, so out of context, that people either get absolutely insulted and pissed off and never speak to you again, or they go, this is a crazy cat. I like him.
Yeah.
And then you don't waste time. It clears out the closet. And
instant filter,
yeah. But I don't get invited to many dinner parties. That's the problem.
So how did the firstly, before we get to why you went on the World Podcast Tour, how's it like? How's the podcasting game in the US, man? Because that's like the mecca.
It is the mecca.
Yeah,
it is the mecca. I mean, the big guys. Rogan.
Yes, which you're going to be on soon, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Send a shout out for us.
They are
Joe Rogan.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So I fluked it a bit because I was at this ARC conference in February, and all the people that I really admire were there. All the conservative, capitalist, libertarian types.
Yeah.
And 4,000 people, 2.5 days. No one left the room once. In conferences, people were walking in and out.
Yeah.
You were glued to this. And you can go on and have a look. ARC, the Alliance for Responsible Citizenship, ARC conference. Listen to some of the speeches. And interestingly, a lot of the philosophers are ex-stand-up comedians. Do you notice that?
Wow.
So Andrew Schultz, Konstantin Kissen, all were comedians, stand-up comedians. And so I thought, I want to meet these guys. So I was kind of waiting, and as they came down from the stage, I'd zoom outside, try and dive tackle them. Say, I'm Rob Hersov, I want to come on your show. And they'd go like, this guy's crazy.
Yeah.
But Dave Rubin was sitting in the Sky News Australia box, and I walked up to him. He was sitting down, and I went, you're Dave Rubin? He went, yeah. I said, I'm Rob Hersov, I'm going to come on your show. And I sat down in the chair next to him. He was like, and he said, well, what are we going to talk about? I said, South Africa, it's really important. And there's that one moment when, they either diss you or they go, okay. And he looked to his guy, Phoenix Glenn. He said, Phoenix, okay, let's get Rob on our show.
Wow.
And no one else, Konstantin Kissen met me, didn't put me on his show. And he delayed it Monday to Tuesday to Wednesday, from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Eventually, I thought he's not going to do it. 5:30, everyone had left the conference. They called me up. I go up into his studio, sit down, wire me up, and we spoke for 10 minutes.
Wow.
3 weeks later, he hadn't released the show. And I was like, Phoenix, what's going on? He said, no, it's coming out. And then they released it. Went to 1.4 million viewers. Jeez. And Elon Musk re-X'd it or tweeted it. 75 million people.
Jeez.
And that put me on the map. And then I just sent that to PBT and everyone. I said,
PBD,
and then PBD and Charlie Kirk.
But what's the industry like in America? Like the infrastructure,
it's
the
super
studios?
organized.
Like, is it like
they got a big team? No, like here. It's not that different from here. Walking in the street. I mean, studios are similar. Some are bigger, some are smaller, some are funkier. But the team is all there, like you guys are.
Yeah.
And they're friendly. Like it's the same. Walk in here, it's the same friendly, let's go atmosphere. Yeah. But it's, the PB, Patrick Bet David studio is like, I showed you a video.
Yeah.
I mean,
have you seen it?
Big.
No.
It's a
for real.
Bro, you can land his plane in the studio.
Shit.
It's on the airport runway. He's got a gate where he actually, and he's got these big supercars and trucks, and everyone's having fun.
And we have the same numbers. We don't even have
they're
a car.
cool guys. And I tell you,
a runway.
I did a few of them virtual. It's not the same.
Yeah, obviously.
Being in the studio, virtual doesn't work.
And have you seen, like in SA, like people don't take the podcasting industry seriously?
They do. It's coming.
Is it coming?
Well, look, you guys are the leaders. You are number one. I think the biggest in Africa.
Yeah.
And you deserve it. I mean, you're the coolest show. It's not hardcore politics, but you get it in. It's not hardcore anything.
Yeah.
It's get to know the person and it's fun.
Yeah. But there, it's like a serious business.
It's serious. And they have booking agents and they have it's like time, next, boom, bang, boom.
Whoa.
They are programmed.
Yeah.
But, the minute you saw the video of me walking in with PBD. He came up and he said, I've heard all about Katie.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I saw, yes.
I actually walked in, shook his hand and said, okay, we're going to film this again. I'm going to use my video.
Yeah.
And I gave him a quick brief on my wife. And I said, okay, ready? Because she's going to love it. And then I walked in and said, good to meet you. And he came up and he said, then he asked me that question. He said, you must have a rough time, your wife being an All Black fan and you being a Springbok fan. I said, yeah, every weekend there's makeup sex.
And the Springboks always win.
Somebody wins. Well, yeah, but not when I married her. When I married her, it was like Richie McCaw and Dan Carter kicking her asses. But it's the podcast industry is big. You know, Daily Wire, which is Ben Shapiro.
Used to be Candace Owens.
Used to be Candace Owens. Yeah. That's $100 million business. Jeez. It's a $100 million business. It's 10 years old. I mean, that's seriously valuable. And, you know, there's no reason, if you had some international plans, there's no reason you can't be that getting to those numbers. You're a media business. You're a media entertainment business with a big brand and a huge following, and you need to be monetizing. You're going to make a lot of money over the next few years. Podcasting's coming of its own.
Let's get to the shits, man, because I watched that PBD podcast. Did you watch it, Sol? And I wasn't impressed with some of the stuff you're saying, man.
What did I say?
You were spreading some misinformation there, bro.
Oh, well, I was some of that terrorists and Shanga rapists.
I'm not going crazy. Which one? This is one.
Hey, I'm an entertainer. No.
That's what we wanted to talk about.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it. So, wait, hold on.
Mandela.
Hold on. I want to go through some of the things. We'll go line by item. So here's the first thing that you did, right? Characterization of Black South Africans. You referred to Black South Africans as barbaric.
Not true.
You also described the historical Zulu king Shaka as a rapist who threw people off cliffs. Your answer.
The second bit's true.
Okay. Where did that come from?
History books. So, should we talk about Shaka first?
Yeah.
So, Shaka was an incredible warlord, incredibly successful military man, and didn't take prisoners. He created a huge consolidation of tribes, but he also expelled lots of tribes up north that disappeared, got killed. He was, how do you describe murder in war? You know, is it murder or is it war? He was a warlord, and he didn't mess around. He killed his enemies. He threw them off cliffs.
Characteristics of a good leader.
Bring that back.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. The rapist bit might have been a bit of an extension, but there were articles that I've read where he took in concubines and things like that against their will. Is it rape? No. Is it, what is it? Okay, so I step back on that. Okay. Do you want to get on to Mandela?
We're going to get to Mandela. What do you think about what he said?
No, I think it's fine, but you isolate and mention Shaka only, but any leader that has built a nation, consolidated and taken over countries and people that has invaded people's territory generally are murderers.
Particularly in those days.
That's the only way. So to highlight him only makes it feel like, he's the only leader who did that. And many people did, even the whites who came to South
Vikings.
Africa. Everybody,
we were pussycats.
The world over.
We were pussycats.
Never.
I'm kidding.
Never. Come on, you guys massacred. They massacred people the world over. So I think it's a bit unfair to just only say Shaka. Then it becomes almost like.
I think all I was trying to do and all they were trying to get out of me is, the black tribes aren't all loving pussycats of old. It's not just the white guys that are the bad guys. And that's the truth of history. There have been very wonderful colored Indian, black and white people in this country, and very unpleasant ones of all nations.
True.
And, it's for 30 years, the ANC has had a moral superiority, okay, to basically do whatever it likes, okay? And a lot of the podcasters, the non-white podcasters, let's put it that way, I hate using that expression, but you know what I mean, have also had the ability to say what you like because no one's pushed back. I'm the pushback. I want to just bring a bit of balance to the story, and that's all I'm doing.
So you read a lot of history books, right? Yeah. How would you say the white people that came here were able to conquer the country? Like, what do you think happened?
It was organization and technology. So, when the settlers arrived, and not the black settlers from the north, the white settlers from the sea. Yeah, I'm making a point here. Yeah, we're all settlers.
Yeah,
they had ships, they had muskets, they had modern weaponry technology. They were well organized, and they had a structural organization, cultural that the local tribes didn't have. They were also either running away from something, the Huguenots escaping persecution in Europe, or they were out to conquer new lands or conquer economically. You know, Rhodes was a colonialist, 100%, hardcore. He wanted to conquer Cape to Cairo. You know, I have an outside loo at home, by the way. Where I sit there outside and on the throne, my toilet, and look at Cape to Cairo. But I'm not Rhodes. I'm a colonialist.
Rich problems. Eh?
Rich problems. An outdoor loo. No, but poor people have outdoor loos too. So I'm being with the people.
No, but I want to understand,
So when they came, they were, you know, in the Cape, they didn't meet any of the, you know, the Bantu tribes. Is that the word?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So they didn't meet the Xhosa or the Zulu. They met Khoi Bushmen, who were basically, you know, less civilized. And this is where that word barbaric came in. I said, when these people landed, the people they met didn't have the written word, had barely discovered the wheel, didn't have electricity, didn't have gunpowder. They must have thought them barbaric and very uncivilized. And look through their eyes. What would you have thought? You know, everyone running around with assegais, stick fighting, and no written word. You wouldn't think that these guys are civilized. You wouldn't. You'd say, these are not, they're barbaric. And that's where that came from, out of context once again. And it's very easy. I'm sure you've been taken out of context.
Yeah,
definitely,
all the time.
I haven't very often. This is one of the times. And I do step back a bit on the Shaka comments. That was more for, you know, just to highlight the fact that
Shock value.
Shock value, exactly.
Yeah.
Shocker value. And
I want to know.
I love your peer. No, not as good as your peers. That's world class.
But I want to understand because till this day, we're still feeling the effects of, you know, what happened in our history.
Everyone does. Every country.
You understand what I'm saying? So what was it about? Like, it seems like they were playing a long game. You know what I mean? The white people that came here. Because even till this day, white people are the ones that enjoy this country the most economically and so forth. So it seems to me like, yeah, I think so. Don't you think so?
Economically, that's still.
Guys.
And that's a contributor of a lot of things.
What's wrong with that?
No, nothing is wrong with it. It's an observation that he's making.
Yeah, so I'm trying to say, like, what did they get
Getting
right?
defensive.
No. I'm trying to understand.
What's wrong with it is that not everybody's enjoying it as much as you guys are.
We can. This is the problem.
That's what's wrong.
The ANC has let you down. Big time. 30 years in power, and everyone's still talking about the whites still control too much of the economy. That's bullshit. If I'd been running this country, give me 100 days to run this country, I promise you we'll have 3 to 5% economic growth. The ANC has let this country down like you can't imagine. They are a disaster. Anyone still voting for them, speak with me, is a moron. They're disaster. Look at Joburg, it's falling apart. And it's so fixable. You got to bring Helen Gogo in. Helen in.
Yeah, I don't know if we've had it. We'll get into ANC a little bit later on.
I get one.
I wanted to find out, like, I feel like I don't know if it was a secret society.
No, let me give you. I know where you're getting to.
You know what I'm saying?
Look at AfriForum.
Okay.
Look at Orania. Okay. What have those Afrikaners, forget about us Anglos, what have those Afrikaners done that no one else in South Africa has done? Unity, organization, commitment, and they work together for the better. Do you know they're launching a new university? Tell me one university the ANC's done in 30 years. Tell me one university the ANC's launched in 30 years, and the Afrikaners are doing a new one. What is wrong with the ANC?
So it wasn't like a bunch of white people got together and said, this is how we run the country for the next 10 years.
Remember, they fought each other in 2 Boer wars. They hated each other. The Afrikaners and the Anglos hated each other. In 1948, when the Afrikaners took power, they instituted their view of separateness, the definition of apartheid. That was their view. The Anglos had been in charge. That probably wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have gone in that direction. And it went in that direction. And the Afrikaners gave no benefits to the Anglos, to us non-Afrikaners. We got no benefits from them. We got no benefits from the ANC either. We're like the Coloureds, the Coloureds didn't get any special deals under the Nat government, and they don't get any in the ANC.
But you guys were running the show before
show?
The National Party took over.
Yeah.
Yes,
you guys were getting all the benefits, and they weren't.
But we created the benefits.
Almost.
Yeah, but we created the benefits. The ANC has created no benefits. They've just stolen. Tell me that.
Yeah, I'm not going to defend the ANC.
No, I know you won't. I know, but you'd agree with me. But
not defendable.
If you look at what the Nats created when they were in power, Afrikaners. I'm not an Afrikaner. They created universities, health care, roads, rail. I mean, yes, they spent way more on white kids than black kids, which has been the biggest damage done to this country.
Till today, yeah.
Yeah, but
it's hurt us.
But they still built unbelievable institutions, infrastructure. In 1994, South Africa had more rail network than the whole of Africa put together. And today, what's the ANC done? We have a broken railway network.
Train wreck.
It's a disgrace what the ANC was given in 94 and what they have destroyed over 30 years. It's a disgrace. Now, why? Look at Orania. I went there. Orania's 3,000 people. It's tiny. But the ANC hate it. You know why they hate it? Because 3,000 Afrikaners is created in one tiny little, it's not where I'd want to live, tiny little place not far from Kimberley. Something the ANC hasn't done for the country in 30 years. The small group of Afrikaners. Why? Because they protect their language, they protect their cultural identity, they protect their religion, they work together. Where's that in South Africa? Anglos haven't done that, other than in business.
Okay, let's move on to the next one.
If I was a black guy, I'd be embarrassed by the ANC. I really would be. Disgusted, actually.
Let's move on to the next one. Farm attacks and farm murders.
Right. I checked the stats this morning.
All right. You claim South Africa was afflicted by 2 farm attacks per day and 2 farmer murders per week, further alleging that farmers were 3 times more likely to be murdered than police officers.
These stats are correct.
So you were basically saying what Trump was saying.
I think I said it more accurately.
Okay. So, where do you get that from?
So I was in AfriForum this morning. I drove out to Pretoria, and Ernst Roots wrote the book Kill the Boer, and I met the guy 4 hours ago who compiles all the statistics on farm murders. And I said to him, I'm going to be on MacG this afternoon. They're going to ask me about these stats. Please confirm that my numbers are correct. Over 5 years, there are, on average, 1 farm attack a day, 1 farm murder a week, and of the murders, 20% involved rape, torture, and non-economic crimes. And he said, over a 5-year period, that's correct. He said, sometimes you can go 2 weeks without anything happening. But if you take that as an average over 5 years, those numbers are correct. You are 3 times more likely to be murdered as a farmer than a policeman. Correct. And you are twice as likely to be murdered as a policeman than an average civilian.
Where do you get those numbers from?
The government doesn't like keeping those stats because they don't want, it's an embarrassment for them. AfriForum and a whole lot of other organizations have kept them. I'll send them to you. Have a look at Ernst Roots' book, Kill the Boer. They're all in there.
According to the government, these are the official figures. They indicate that during the 2022-2023 period, 111 police officers were killed, in contrast to 49 alleged farm murderers cited by groups like AfriForum. In the last quarter of 2024, of the 12 farm murderers, only 1 victim was white, according to official.
Okay, so I never mentioned the split between black and white.
Yeah.
A lot of the farm murders and attacks are on black farmers. Okay, so I never said that there's all white farmers, never once. That's a misinterpretation by people listening.
But it insinuates, though, you're talking about. I'm saying it will insinuate that you're talking about the whites.
I know, and I have said on Epoch Times and other ones, I said there farmers of all colors get attacked. I mean, Nicholas Niati, who's head of the DA Youth League, the reason I met him was because I was doing a podcast a few years ago on farm attacks, and somebody said, talk to Nicholas. His uncle got killed yesterday. And I met him before he joined the DA. And I met him. And so I've been, Diane Kohler-Barnard, AfriForum, Nicholas and others. I get these stats and I look at them. They're very accurate. But true, a lot of the farmers that get attacked and murdered are black farmers. And here's another number. 63% of the farms are small holdings. They are farms, but they're small holdings. 36% are larger farms. So, it's not just big white farms being attacked and murdered. It's not. It's of all races. And I think it's important, you're right, it's important to clarify that.
And you see, when you say that, that takes me to my next question, because when you only zone in or you zoom into a small part of the stats, then it'll sound like we do have a farm murder problem. But if you look at how many people, for example, are murdered in their own homes, then you may find there's maybe 2 or more per day. And if I mention that, then it's going to sound like we've got a residential killing problem.
We do.
If you look at how many people are murdered on the roads when you're on the freeway, when your vehicle gets spiked and you get murdered and your wife gets raped, then I'm telling you, it happens maybe to 5 people a week. Then it sounds like we've got a dangerous roads problem.
We do.
So we've got a dangerous country problem.
Yes, we do.
So why the focus on the farms, though,
Because
not the entire stats of the country? Because we all suffer from criminality.
We do. And that's no excuse, by the way. That's an absolute indictment on the ANC, the Minister of Police and all those criminals.
True.
You know, that criminal, Becky Telly, you know, he was chief of police. He didn't give a damn. When the riots happened in KZN and spread to Gauteng,
Let's go back to
the police and the army did nothing. So let me get to your point. We have a really horrific, the murder capital, the cities, the worst murder rates in the world, in the top 5, 3 South African cities.
Cape Town.
Not funny enough, Cape Town's dropped out of the top 10 recently.
Oh.
It's dropped out of the top 10. Go and have a look.
Cape Flats.
Even with the Cape
Let's
Flats.
fact check the one.
Have fact checked that. Alan Windy told me on Saturday at the rugby. He said we've dropped out of the top 10.
Check that first.
Yeah,
So cities with the highest murder rates in the world. I think it's Joburg, Durban, and Pietermaritzburg, or Joburg, Durban, something like that.
Yeah.
But Cape Town's not top 10 anymore. Those Cape Flats guys are cooling down.
But you still haven't answered Saul's question.
Yeah, why the focus on farm
Because farmers
victims
are
and not all of us as victims?
No, because we are all victims. The crime's out of control. But farmers are disproportionately murdered as a percentage. There are 30,000 commercial farmers in South Africa. Okay, there were 90,000, only 30,000 now. So if you take 30,000 commercial farmers and our broad population of, let's call it 60 million, and you do those numbers over those bases, you'll see it's still 3-4 times more likely to be killed as a farmer.
But that's
No,
just
it is.
stats. Look, if we've got 2 Chinese out of 10 people,
And one
gets killed,
Then we have a Chinese murderer.
50% of Chinese have been murdered.
They've been murdered.
So Rob, it's like it's pure stats.
So stats.
Generally, and
how else are you going to analyze it?
And I'm not playing off like, the murdering of people, because these are humans and these are people's families. But we have a serious problem. Of course, the numbers are going to be disproportionate.
So here's the real issue.
Just like why there's a more chance of a police officer getting killed
they're in
than
action.
an average South African, because they're in action against who? Violent criminals.
So let's
and there's only 200,000.
You're making a
of
good point here. Let me follow through on this. Why are farmers being attacked? Okay. 1, they are isolated.
vulnerable.
Yeah,
vulnerable.
Yeah,
yeah.
vulnerable.
And 2, EFF and hate speech, kill the Boer, attacks spike after those incidences of your buddy, Julius. I'm kidding. Of Julius, who's getting very skinny, by the way. Why? Why is he getting so skinny? Julius Malema and his hate speech crowd, farm attacks spike after the kill the Boer.
No, I mean, I think we've put that to
Didn't the
bed.
court
Kill the Boer
well,
thing.
when it went to court, didn't the court say that there hasn't been proof
You
of
know why?
a spike in
You
the
know
actual
why?
farm murders when
Our
he sings the song?
judiciary is compromised. 60% of our judges work for the ANC. I'm telling you right now, if not more. So judgments like hate speech, if kill the Boer, kill the farmer, one settler, one bullet isn't hate speech, what is? Tell me what it is. It's hard to answer that.
Yeah, but that's been put to bed, man.
No, it has been put to bed only because our court is compromised by the ANC and they made that ruling happen. That's hate speech.
But to Saul's point, didn't see a spike. There was no spike.
There is a spike. There's a spike. Get Ernst Roots on here. Get on Roots on your show to talk about that specific issue. But do you want to bang on about it? I'm happy to bang on about it. Or you get onto the Mandela now.
All right, cool. Let's get on to Mandela. So you said Mandela was a terrorist.
He was.
Asserting that Mandela was convicted fairly in a court of law and thus deserved that label because he had founded the ANC's armed wing, Umkhonto weSizwe, even stating if women and children are killed in it, so be it. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So, and then they just chopped that out, my comment saying I called him a terrorist.
Yeah.
He ended life as a saint. That's the bit they didn't write in that very biased Iqbal Serve nonsense article. He ended life as a saint. He spent 27 years in jail, and he made a decision when he came out the only way to make this country work is compassion, unity, working together, and merit. And look at the results, the stats. From 1994 to about 2008, the country grew 3 to 5% a year. We added 300, 400, 500,000 jobs a year under him and Mbeki. And then Zuma and Ramaphosa destroyed everything. So he was convicted fairly in trial as a terrorist. Okay? He was. He went to jail as a terrorist. And all the international organizations, human rights organizations, that challenge these sort of things didn't even bother challenging it because it was absolutely fair, that trial and that result. So he was convicted as a terrorist. He came out as a saint.
You're saying all those, who approved of the trial? The international?
The international, there are international organizations that overlook all the things in the world, all the trials that go on. The ones in China that are fake trials and things. And they anoint them as a fake trial, as a fair trial. And then they often pursue the Western countries anyway. They pursue them in higher courts internationally to say that's an unfair trial. This person's been unjustly imprisoned or unjustly executed or whatever. So none of them fought against the conviction of Nelson Mandela, who went to jail as a terrorist.
But I mean, doesn't it make those organizations complicit? No. Because they approved of apartheid. That was their first problem. Because they almost give it credibility if they're gonna approve the results of a trial under a foul system like apartheid. No. It's like saying that the courts of apartheid were fair courts, but they were operating under an unjust, unfair, criminal administration.
Under the laws of South Africa, at the time, he was convicted of setting up an armed wing, blowing up petrol police stations. And that's terrorism. And he went to jail as a terrorist. So I don't know why. I don't know what you're...
Okay. No. What I'm trying to say is you can't say even international communities and organizations approved of it. Yeah. Because those were the same guys who approved of apartheid. So we can't use them as a moral compass. No, we can't use those organizations as some level of morality.
The Swedes,
when they were
funding the ANC, didn't even contest it. The Swedes, who were the biggest backers of the ANC, didn't even contest it. So they weren't complicit. There were lots of supporters of the ANC, financial, moral, cultural, whatever. And none of them fought against that conviction. So he was caught and convicted as a terrorist.
I'm okay with that because Mandela did take up arms. The ANC had been talking, engaging with the government.
Correct.
Peaceful talks.
Correct.
And they
got nowhere.
And they were met with violence.
Thank you.
And they got nowhere.
And murdering and disappearance. Guys, I mean, they would fetch guys in Ghana, in Zimbabwe.
No, I agree.
So what I'm saying is...
why are you arguing against this?
No. What I'm arguing against is let's not use these international organizations as some... champions of morality when they were approving of apartheid to begin with.
But then do you agree with me?
Yeah, Mandela did commit a crime, definitely.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, well, then done. Because he did bomb.
But what we're talking
about... Take up arms. I agree with that.
So we agree with it.
Yeah.
And do we agree that he returned as a good person, as a saint? That's all I was saying. The article took the first bit.
Now, would you not say with what you're saying, as I'm hearing you speak, would you not say you are a modern terrorist? In terms of, here's a government...
I might accept that, but tell me why.
Here's a government that you don't subscribe to.
Correct.
That you are against.
Correct.
The same way Mandela was against apartheid and the government at that time.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you might have not bombed.
I'm not killing people, blowing up things, taking up arms.
Yeah.
No.
So don't you think you share the same ideology, perhaps?
As Mandela?
Yeah.
I'd like to be in the same. I'd like to be shoulder to shoulder with him. I like where we're going. I can see a Nobel Prize.
I sort of.
You sort of,
but not fully.
Not fully either.
Because he hasn't
but I like where you're going.
No. Apart from the harming, but the ideology. Ideology.
Fighting against the system.
Fighting against the
government.
And
the power.
Which is what
the powers that
Rob is all about.
We are a democracy.
Yeah.
And bizarrely, in a country like this, we do have free speech.
Yes.
which is incredible.
Yes.
So when people ask,
Trust me, we practice it every week.
no,
Yeah.
you do.
We're the beneficiaries of the free speech. You know,
Don't
we
get
use that, we
regulated.
use it up. Free speech is tired when we're done recording. It's like, damn, give me a break.
Yeah. Do you know? We're revolutionaries.
Yeah.
The revolution will be televised.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to get at?
Yeah, I get it.
Maybe I'm not articulating
No,
it
but you
properly.
make me feel proud. I'm the resistance. But I'm
So
trying
in
to
as much as what you think
but
of
I'm
him.
trying to do the right thing for all South Africans.
So that's what he was trying. That's what I'm saying. In as much as
Rob.
You know why I disagree
Tell
with
me
that?
why you disagree.
You know why?
I
You know why?
disagree.
Because when you go out there, you don't paint the picture of
Thank you.
everybody being a victim of murder.
Yes.
You highlight one sector
Because I
you
get
know
asked-
that
And
the world won't care.
Because I
You
get
know-
asked those questions.
You know what it's like, Rob? It's like when there's
Because Donald Trump highlighted farm murders. He highlighted that issue, and that's what the international people are going, what the hell is going on?
but there was a hidden agenda.
I can go, the hidden agenda was
Elon Musk.
Cyril, you are useless.
No, it was Starlink.
No, it's not. You guys, that's conspiracy theory. Do you wear little silver hats and worry about the I mean, come on. No, that's nonsense. There's no hidden agenda.
But Rob-
Starlink's not hidden agenda. They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. We're the ones who should give a damn about Starlink.
But then why is it that after that whole play of white genocide, all of a sudden Starlink is allowed in the country?
And then that was
not.
a
Have you got
conversation as
Starlink?
well.
No, but they
Have you got
talks.
No.
it's not happening.
Some people have, but illegally. But no, not legally.
Yeah, they
it's
get
not
VPNs
legal.
through
Yeah,
Mozambique.
VPNs.
By the way, do you think?
They've got to extend it every month. They've got to go.
By the way, do you think there's a white genocide in SA?
No.
Okay.
But wait. Do you think there's genocide in Gaza?
In Gaza, yes.
There isn't. If Israel wanted to genocide Gaza, they'd do it in one day. This is where you are wrong. But let me give you the definition of let me give you the definition of genocide. If you look at the United Nations definition of genocide, there are 10 elements: classification, organization, persecution, denial, extermination. 10 features. I've got it on here if you want. If you look at those 10, South Africa's about 7 of them. We have racial classification, we have organization, we have persecution against whites. And do we have extermination? No, we don't. So is there extermination? There is not extermination, genocide. But there are 7 other elements of genocide being put in place. So you asked me a question, is there extermination? There is not. Is there genocide? Elements of genocide are being put in place. Will they light the ovens? Highly unlikely, because they won't have any electricity and they'll have stolen the diesel.
All right, let me go to the next one. Armed self-defense. You, when asked whether he feared for his own safety, you responded, if anyone would come for me, I have a gun, I will shoot back.
Like Ian Cameron did. He got attacked and he had a gun and he saved the day. Good for him. He's our new Rambo.
You saw that,
It
right?
happened in
Yeah,
Cape
in
Town.
peace. Him, Godsal, and
No,
another
is that
lady.
recent?
Yeah. They got attacked
Last
in
week.
Philippi.
Yeah.
In a car, but
Intact.
in shots, and they managed to
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
flee.
And
he had a gun.
They caught to them. They caught
So
to them.
what happened?
Oh,
So
wow.
people broke into his house.
So Ian
No,
Cameron.
The car.
Ian,
The car.
They were driving.
Ian Cameron and 2 of the DAMPs, police related, were in Philippi Police Training Center, checking for cockroaches and things, doing what they should do. And they're on their way back to the airport, and this car, they got trapped in traffic, and this car came. 3 guys jumped out. It was big rocks smashing in the window. They smashed the one guy, Nick, on the head. He had to go to hospital. And Ian Cameron fought back and kicked their butts.
Could have happened.
So do you think it was a hit?
Who knows? That I really don't know.
Yeah.
in that part of Cape Town, bro?
Could be any-
Most likely not.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
they
you've
were
heard
pretty
this.
stupid robbers because, people in a car in traffic. I mean, what are you going to get away with?
Yeah. How are you going to get away with the car? That's what I'm
I
asking.
don't know.
Opportunistic.
My instinct is opportunistic, exactly. My instinct.
Okay, labeling, your favorite topic. The ANC evil. You describe the ANC as an evil organization aligned with the ideology of the National Democratic Revolution.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look, I
Wanna
got asked a
expand on
question
that?
by the State Department.
Yeah.
Is the ANC incompetent, like stupid, or malevolent, evil? I thought, what a good question. They're definitely incompetent. If you look at the Madalas that are running this country, none of them had a proper education. They were all educated like Soviet Russia. What are you going to learn? Call each other comrade. None of them have run a business. Gwede Matashe says, I worked for Anglo, our family come for 7 years. Well, our family didn't teach him very much. He's thick as 2 planks. And these are very stupid people, okay? Underneath them, coming up in the ANC, are intelligent, educated people.
Got you.
And you've got to get rid of these Mandalas. What are you doing voting these idiots back in who have destroyed the country? Okay? So evil, partly. The ideologues are evil. The people that follow Soviet and Iran kind of ideology are the evil ones. The Islamists that have conquered Durko. Those are bad people. But the rest of them are just stupid.
And some numbers
And
have
the
come out,
cadres that have been placed are dumb. In every position of power or a budget, they've put stupid loyalist people who have no idea what they're doing. And that's the result why you have no electricity, sewage in the streets, and water not working.
I had no water today, Miles.
Stupid people.
For real.
Thank
you.
you,
You're in the
ANC.
suburbs, bro.
Yeah, no water.
So listen to these numbers that just came
The
out.
taps.
Yeah.
This is numbers that just came out. It's from Martin_Nell_99. He's verified, so I'm guessing this is it's reliable.
Credible, yeah.
Credible. He says ANC support crashes below 30%. New polling shows a systematic shift ahead of 2026. Nationally, ANC has gone down to 29%, DA 28%, MKP 11%. Metros, Joburg DA 40%, ANC 23%, Action SA 12%, MKP, and then he goes on to Tshwane, Ekurhuleni, eThekwini, Cape Town, which is pretty much DA leading everywhere there. And then he wraps it up by saying South Africans are abandoning the party that delivered only load shedding, broken infrastructure, rampant unemployment, and relentless corruption.
So I'd say that is 100% correct. And it's taken 30 years for people to realize that the DA isn't going to reintroduce apartheid, okay, is not a white-only party, but they can fix water, sewage, electricity, and on the ground. So I think the municipal elections are going to be a huge swing away from the ANC. Huge swing. And I think those polls, Gayton says polls are for strippers. But he said, polls change. And I think that's very accurate. And where I think South Africa's heading, here's an interesting thing. And Professor Nordia, Professor Nell, I'm going to get this wrong, came out with a very incredible description. He said, South Africa's heading in a direction where the areas of desperation, despair, a desert of desperation and despair, areas that are just dying and finished, and oases of organization, operating excellence. So there will be metros, villages, towns, mining areas that will have water, electricity, be well run, well organized, teach people, educate, healthcare, and then be areas that are absolutely just falling apart. South Africa's going to be a mishmash of all of them. And the future of South Africa is decentralization. Under apartheid, all the decisions were made in Pretoria. And look what happened there. Under the ANC, all the decisions were made in Pretoria. Look what's happened. It's a disaster. We've got to get decisions pushed down. And if you take Orania as an example, just have an open mind. Imagine if you had Oranias in the Eastern Cape, in Mpumalanga, little areas of communities that work together and handle their own decisions. Why shouldn't KZN run its own railways? Why shouldn't KZN run its own police force? Why not?
Problem is, if you have a little Orania, then I can't move into it.
No, you'd have a 130 kilogram Orania.
Hey, wait at Joe's. Hey, you were waiting to drop that. You've been waiting.
That's 2 for 2.
You've been waiting.
Okay, you 2-0 up.
No, man, but what I'm trying to say is, it sounds like you're advocating for
decentralization.
For decentralization and separateness, though, in a way, because Orania is I know they say they exist due to trying to preserve their culture, etc., and that's not what South Africa is about. We're about integration, and we're about on paper, and we're meant to be about that. But I mean, there's still people.
But you can integrate. Look,
not into Orania, man. And you want us to have little pockets of Oranians around the country. So you want to keep the Zulus there, the Xhosas there?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if you have a community, It doesn't have to be race-based. You're thinking race all the time.
Well, you mentioned Orania. They're thinking race. If Orania is your bastion and your championship of a great-looking
I went
society.
to Orania and I said, what happens if an Afrikaans-speaking coloured family that practiced Christianity wanted to move here? They said they'd be very welcome. The only two conditions, you don't have to be white to be in Orania. You have to be a Christian and you have to speak Afrikaans. Bang. I wouldn't want to live there. I don't think you would either.
Is there a majority of coloured people there? Because a lot of coloured people speak Afrikaans.
Correct.
And are Christians.
And they're very welcome to go there. They're invited, they're accepted if they want to. I don't think there are any.
You know, Rob. That,
No, but hang on. Why are you thinking like that? They have a happy, successful little community. What's wrong with that? Do you know how I went there? Princess Bells Mabantla from the Eastern Cape. I was in a conversation with her. She mentioned, I went to Orania. I went, you went to Orania? That's cool. Why did you go there? She said, because our tribe want to learn how to be self-sufficient. Bang. So you could have a little Eastern Cape black tribal Orania. That's what I'm saying, if they want to. And the community doesn't have to be based on race. It should be based on culture, language, religion. Those are stronger, more relevant features.
Quick one, Rob. Which country has done this beautifully, decentralized the government, and they're flourishing right now?
Spain. So look at Spain's quite an interesting model. You have the Basques, who just like fighting and just want to be independent, and you have Catalonia, which is Barcelona. They have a different language, almost different everything, and they want us to
They're fighting for independence.
Correct, correct. Alberta and Canada is wanting. So what Spain has is in the areas that aren't self-sufficient, aren't well organized, struggle. Central, Madrid makes all the decisions. But for areas like Catalonia and the Basque country, they run everything themselves. They're still part of Spain. So South Africa can head in that direction. Why don't the Zulus say, we want to be more independent in the KZN? You hear about Cape exit.
So you do support the idea for Cape exit?
No, I support the idea in South Africa of decentralizing power. So if Mpumalanga thinks it can run its own railways, run its own railways. Keep more of the budget there.
But there's already kind of like a campaign for Cape Town to just isolate itself. So
not a campaign. There's Cape Exit, which is never going to happen. It's never going to happen. It's a pipe dream.
Okay.
But the whole idea, the piece between where we are today and KZN exit or Cape exit, there's a middle ground, which is decentralization. Why shouldn't the Cape run its own railways? They'll run them a lot better than Transnet. People will get to work, get to school. Why not? Why not let Cape have its own metro police? Why not? It doesn't hurt. Then we'll let them worry about the budget. Let KZN worry about the budget. Pretoria make the right
isn't
decisions.
that the point of municipal?
No, but the
provincial
municipalities still have to,
governments, etc.
but they still have to obey everything that SAPs, Transnet. They don't have look at our ports. We used to have the best ports in the world. We're ranked the worst in the world, thanks to the ANC. The worst ports, our airports are falling apart. Everything's falling apart. So why not let the people that know how to run these things run them? The local communities. I mean, it makes sense for all of us.
Or just get a better government to run the country nationally.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, no, but this is... because, hey, man, breaking things down. Because I think we run a huge risk of what's happening in the SADC region, for example, where all the other economies around are collapsing. And then you've got now people flocking to South Africa. So people, for example, flock to a Western Cape or a Gauteng when all the other administrations, collapse. I think we'll face a huge risk.
We don't have a border. We don't have a border. Therefore, we don't have a country. So you're complaining because the ANC has failed us. They've destroyed the army, destroyed the police, destroyed our borders. People just walk across. I mean, how many Malawians, Zambians, Zimbabweans, and Congolese are in this country? And Somalians. I mean, it's 10 million.
I want to go to the last thing.
And European criminals that are hiding out in Sandhurst.
Correct. Bulgarians.
And Ukrainians.
Islamists.
Up in Bedford View. Yeah. It's messy, man.
It's messy. So we need to reestablish our borders, make our army useful. Make our army useful. Yeah. And my view on illegal foreigners is they shouldn't be here. Illegal foreigners. Okay, everyone's like, oh, I'm a humble. But it's wrong. Trump was right. Build a wall. Can't just people flowing across your borders. 100%.
Last one. You claimed that Iran was funding the ANC, which, in his view, was why the ANC had filed a case against Israel. You also alleged that the ANC knew about the Hamas attack on Israel before it happened, suggesting that if proven, legal action should be taken not only against the ANC but also against President Cyril Ramaphosa.
100%.
Yeah.
So watch what's coming out. Okay. I mean, I can just say allegedly.
So it's not a conspiracy thing.
No.
Okay.
Just read what MTN's being sued right now. MTN.
Okay.
The stock price is down 10%.
Jeez.
Because MTN has a license in Iran.
Okay.
And guess who was chairman of MTN when all the nonsense happened? Cyril Ramaphosa, chairman of MTN. Okay. Cyril was chairman of MTN. Go look, check on
Isn't he the McDonald's guy?
No, we didn't.
Isn't he
MTN,
the McDonald's guy?
even MTN.
Yeah, he was given McDonald's. He's created
There.
nothing. He's never built a business.
Gee,
Oh, pathetic
they gave him
Cyril.
MTN now.
He was chairman.
Oh, was.
Before being
Past tense.
Yeah,
Past
he was
tense.
chairman.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he is going to get nailed. The Americans are coming after him. They're suing him, suing MTN, and there are bills going through in America that will put sanctions on individuals in South Africa. Putting the tariffs aside, it's quite damaging to all of us. There's this SDN sanctions Congressman Ronnie Jackson bill that is going to go through Congress, go through Senate, and it's got bipartisan support, Democrats and Republicans. They're
Are these the
pissed
sanctions
off.
towards ANC leaders?
Yes.
Members, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
that's
which
coming.
guys? Which guys?
Oh, just name them. Cyril, Gwede, Becky, Naledi Pandor. I mean, it's just read the Zondo
So
Commission.
they're targeting
They're
them.
targeting them. And you know what they do? Asset freeze, travel bans. You know, Julius won't be able to go to Ibiza anymore.
Julius is in there as well.
Of course he is. Hate speech, criminality. Just read the Zondo Commission. All the people mentioned in there.
Your thoughts, Penduko, on that?
And you know,
I'm okay. Don't sanction the country. We saw what sanctions
I agree.
on the country do. Like,
Correct.
You saw what
Hurts everyone.
sanction did in Zimbabwe, bro. You know
Sol,
what I
I
mean?
agree with you.
Hurt everyone. So
Pick on the bad guys.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree.
I'm okay with the sanctions, bro.
That is
honestly.
crazy. That is.
But
I've
you know
never
what?
heard of that.
Let me tell you something people don't realize. You can't travel on an airline affiliated with the West. You can't travel to any place affiliated with America in the West. You can't use American companies for anything. If you wire money from South Africa to Germany, to your daughter in Germany, for example, and it goes through an intermediary bank that's linked to America, the money's frozen.
Which makes sense, bro, because these African leaders all become billionaires and then they go and die in a Norwegian fucking hospital because the local hospitals don't work.
Yeah.
They all do that, don't they? So it's good if the sanctions against them with ill-gotten wealth.
You
then
guys should apply
they
for the
can't have
McDonald's
services.
franchises because Cyril's going to lose them. That's a good business. That's a growth business.
Didn't I see recently Julius Malema couldn't enter London or something?
Yeah, well, he was a speaker and then he didn't get a visa.
He didn't get a visa.
But they say it was bank holidays, timing. But we know why they didn't give him a visa. They were saying, bank holidays, etc.
And you know, Naledi Pandor has got a British passport.
Oh, a British
She's
passport.
got a British passport, yeah.
And an accent to
And
go
an
with
And an
it.
accent to go with it, yeah. She speaks beautifully. Very
does.
honeyed English.
Sticking on to the ANC, General Mkhwanazi.
Yeah,
Did
he
you
went
hear
to
his-
Iran.
Did you see his
Announcement.
announcements?
June
And
6th. Was it June 6th?
Yeah.
yeah, it feels like
Wow,
yesterday,
that's
man.
a bombshell, huh?
July 6th, yeah?
So he was exposing corruption,
huge.
that politicians are involved. What was your take on that when you saw that?
There's a huge factional fight going on within the police, okay? The police have fallen apart. So the factions are fighting for control of the police. And that's what's happening. It's more of an internal factional fight than a play for power at the government level.
Are you for General Mkhwanazi and what he stands for, or
Listen,
do you think it's a puppet as well?
No, I don't think it's a puppet. I think he's one of the factions and he's had enough and he wanted to play his cards of corruption against the minister. So it's just infighting. The ANC is falling apart and they're going to start eating each other. Because, you know, they've got 3 more years of stealing this country blind. They are a kleptocratic, thieving organization, okay? 100 families have stolen R1 trillion from you, me, and you. And who are they? Cyril, Gwede, Patrice, Moss.
Well, even Patrice.
Patrice.
Right? 100 families have stolen.
Patrice Motsepe.
He's been a huge beneficiary of BE. Huge.
But you said stolen.
By the way, he's not going to
said
run
stolen.
for president. He wants to be head of FIFA.
Yeah, that's
And
his.
I think he'd actually be a very good head of FIFA. It'd be great to have a
because that's the biggest position.
Would you rather run FIFA than run South Africa? Come on, come on, Patrice, you got my vote. You got my vote.
So the politicians that General Mckenzie were talking about, who do you think the corrupt ones? It's the people you mentioned.
Just name them all. I mean, the Minister of Police.
Okay, let's start with Fikile Mbalula. What do you think of Fikile Mbalula? What are your takes on it?
I think he's quite stupid. Have you heard him being interviewed? He's got half a brain. Okay, that's him. He's dumb.
Do you think
he's a populist? He's popular. You'd love to have dinner with him. He's a fun guy to hang out with.
Razzmatazz.
He's a razzmatazz.
Do you think he's our next president?
No.
Who do you think? ANC doesn't have a natural leader. I mean, Cyrils is not a leader, and they don't have anyone. Paul Mashatile is just gangster 2.0.
Well, yeah. What's your take on Paul Mashatile?
Gangster 2.0. And Fikile is dumb, and Gwede is, a communist. I mean, you've got to be very stupid to be a communist in this day and age. Who else is there? I heard Cyril's got his eye on one of two women, but I haven't found out who they are yet.
Beytrele?
But he's not.
Come on.
You just heard him. He spoke about Beytrele earlier on.
He needs to be, that Mandela needs to be, he's retired already.
Yeah.
He needs to be sent to some island somewhere.
So you did mention that there are guys under ANC.
Yes, young
under
people.
the young people. Who are the guys that you talking about?
I honestly don't know.
Okay.
If you look at the DG level, those are often the people you should watch. They're quite smart.
What's the DG
Deputy
level?
General.
Okay.
The DG, the guy that does all the work. The ministers swan around in their blue light brigades and cars.
Yeah.
The guys that actually do the work are the deputy ministers or the DGs,
Yeah.
director generals. Some smart guys there and gals.
By the way, what's your take on what's this guy's name, man? Gayton Mckenzie, because you're very close with
GMAC.
him. Yes.
Yeah, you got shit,
MacG. GMAC. They're like,
Ah.
I like.
Oh, you call him G-Mac.
Gayton McKenzie. GMAC. MacG. You guys are like.
Because I know you guys were very close before you became a minister, and you were really pushing for him.
Very good friends. He invited me to the presidential box to watch the rugby on Saturday.
Wow.
He said, wear a jacket.
Yeah.
That was the instruction.
So what part did you play for him to become a minister?
None, zero. I don't have any, I'm not influential politically.
Yeah.
I don't pull any strings. I haven't captured anyone. I don't control anyone.
Does your family donate to any parties?
Dad was turned 99 last week. He's lost complete interest in what's going on.
Yeah.
He's 99.
Wow, that's incredible.
Not even, yeah. Because you seem to favor them. You don't even.
Who would I vote for? I would vote for a party that was made up of, ready? Run by the DA, with Gayton Mckenzie as number one or number two, with Corné Mulder, with IFP, so DA, Patriotic Alliance, IFP, FF+, and then throw in a bit of Musi, and you're off to the races. That party,
You really trust Gayton?
that party, let me finish it, and the remnants of the ANC. In 2029, the ANC is as good as dead. You will have that little piece of the ANC that is the good ANC. They'll have to emerge because we haven't seen them for 30 years. But the good ANC would be a Judeo-Christian, pro-West, capitalist, rule of law, property rights believers in the ANC. And they're there. They're good people. And let's say the ANC is at 30% today. Let's just roughly. 10% of the 30, so a third of that, are actually good people. And if you bring them in with the DA, PA, FF+, IFP, you've got the party that will take this country to the future. That's our future.
That sounds like the GNU.
Well, take out the bad of the ANC and the crazy Islamist Al Jazeera crowd. There's some wackos in there. And don't have it run by the ANC. You've got to have it run by a Gayton or a Velcasino.
My jury is out on Gayton, man. Because he came on the pod once and then he got elected. Never wants to come back since.
Did you get him elected?
No.
Came on the pod and he got elected.
What are your feelings around him? I mean, obviously becoming Minister of Sports and then suddenly his family buys a team on the National League.
So what?
Well, you don't find that...
He had announced
It's
it.
like
He didn't
I
hide
become
it.
Minister of Finance and then my son goes out there
Listen,
and acquires a bank or opens up a bank.
If his football team wins every game, I'm going to get really suspicious. But if they keep losing, who cares? Is that a big deal? his family, his son's allowed to do that. Why can't he?
Yeah, okay, but my thing is, why wait till you become the minister? Because they've been...
his son
Bloemfontein hasn't had a team in a very long time before he became Minister of Sports. So it was, to me, it was like alarm bells going off when, he becomes Minister of Sports, his family's in sports.
I mean, but is that really a big deal? I mean, Gayton, to me, he made a speech. Actually, this is the brilliant speech. It was somewhere in George before a municipal election, and the DA and the ANC were speaking. And Gayton said, hang on, I'm also my Patriotic Alliance. I want to speak. And they both said to him, you always hog the mic. You always talk for too long. He said, okay, I'll talk for less than 1 minute, but I want to go last. Okay. So the DA spoke, the ANC spoke, yak, 20 minutes each. Gayton's turn, hands the mic, 1 minute. He stands up and goes, under the National Party, you people in this room didn't do very well. And under the ANC, you didn't do very well either. Isn't it time for a coloured man? And he stood down. Maybe it is time for a coloured man.
You don't mention John Steenhuisen. Why not?
Because I think he's a good guy. He's trying his best. He's not the right, in my view, not the right leader of the DA.
Is it because of education?
Huh?
Is it because of his education?
No, I mean, he didn't go to university. And
he's got a matric.
He's got a matric, but that doesn't mean anything these days. By the way, advice for listeners, you do not need university education anymore. You certainly don't need an MBA.
The Mandelas of ANC have no education.
No, but they had a Soviet education, which means they're super stupid. So where were we? Hang on, we were on to something good. What were we on?
Gayton Mckenzie.
Gayton Mckenzie. Yes. Gayton believes in God, stands with Israel, believes in the rule of law, believes illegal foreigners need to leave the country, believes in property rights, believes in capitalism. He's the centrist person we need for this country.
What happened to, when he started, he was bringing out files. Remember with the COVID thing and whatever? And he said he's got more files. What happened to that?
I didn't follow that up, but I remember.
Because he said it was going to expose more people.
You mean in the music entertainment side?
In general, like all the fuckery that was happening.
So he quietly has removed a lot of the cadres, removed a ton of corruption from sports, arts and culture, and he's just got the job done properly.
He removed corruption.
By the way, a lot of people are doing a very good job quietly. Let me tell you a quick story about Eskom. Have you noticed Eskom is I mean, we do get load shedding, but it's much better than it used to be. Why? Two people, Mteto Nyati, Dan Marikane. Mteto is a businessman who took the job on a non-political basis for his country to fix Eskom. And Dan Marikane was an engineer in Eskom that got promoted to CEO. They've done such an incredible job fixing the operating transmission production side of Eskom. Eskom is much better. The balance sheet, financial side is a disaster still, but they've done an unbelievable job. And they didn't mention they fired 125 ANC cadres. Do you know why they didn't announce it? Not to embarrass the government, just to get on with the job. Gayton's done the same thing, as has the DA. I went to a wine farm where the DA had all their ministers and deputy ministers. Each person had 10 minutes to present what they've done. It was in May, so what they'd done in 12 months. It was unbelievably impressive, what they've done in short. Look at Leon Schreiber and Home Affairs. You know, the guy who ran it before. What's his name? Aaron Motsoaledi. What a clown! 40,000 visa applications sitting on his desk. Leon Schreiber cleared that in 4 months. So they're very good people in this country. Mteto Nyati, Dan Marikane, Leon Schreiber. We need to get them running the country. Let's get the country fixed.
What was your take on, sorry, Saul.
So Gayton's one of those people.
What was your take on him going against the Open Chats podcast? Did you follow that story?
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole thing's overblown, but from all sides. I think, firstly, why pick on open cast? Just let it go. Naughty boys don't.
Open cast.
You know, then they. What's it called? Who are these people? I don't watch television.
I don't.
And you're not the target
I don't
market.
watch 3B News. I don't watch TV. I watch you guys. I'm a podcast man.
Yes.
So I think it's all overblown. It's like handbags at dawn. Forget it. Then they go back 200 years and say, Ronaldo said this and you, Gayton, said that. I mean, move on, guys. Aren't there bigger issues? I think so.
Exactly.
When you were mentioning why Gayton is the right guy, you said he also stands with Israel. And earlier on, you had mentioned that it's not a genocide happening, but you said a lot of the requirements for a genocide, inhumane things are happening. So why is it so important to stand with Israel?
Israel got invaded.
If so many of these boxes are getting ticked?
Hamas is a terrorist organization. Everyone accepted that. Israel got invaded, raped, murdered, tortured in front of their families. You see what nasty people those are.
And what has Israel done?
They spent billions of dollars, instead of education and health, building tunnels underneath schools, underneath hospitals. And you support Hamas?
I'm not
These are
supporting
nasty.
Hamas,
they need to be wiped off the face of the earth, Hamas. Israel has every right to do what it's done. Every right. End of story. Let's talk about something else.
So you see, it's almost like saying Mandela had every right to do what he did because the South African government was bombing, killing school kids.
Guys, are we back on this subject?
No, but I'm saying it's a double standard.
There's not a double standard. Israel is a nation state, got invaded. If we got invaded by Lesotho, okay, and they took whatever the capital equivalent is, 5,000, we'd have every right to flatten Lesotho until they gave back our hostages. What's the difference? So you can't relate it to an internal organization fighting against an evil apartheid situation. Did he have every right to do what he did? He did. He took the risk and he got jailed as a terrorist. Fair's fair. Good for him. He gave it a crack,
By the way, have you been following the Jeffrey Epstein case?
I thought he was dead.
Yeah, no, he is dead.
He's dead. He's dead.
Allegedly.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't really care. I mean, I'm not that.
Never know.
Okay, so
It's not as, I know Ghislaine Maxwell. I met her 50 times.
Oh, yes, you told us.
I lived in
you did last time, yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, are there Jeffrey Epsteins in SA?
Well, which island would they take people to? I've never been invited.
Oh, there was a book
There's an
written
island,
once.
yeah,
There's a
outside
book
of-
about boys. You mentioned it, Mac.
book?
Did I?
You wrote a didn't you? Yeah, but there's an
forgot.
island and
A
the
lot of
boys.
forgot, yeah.
And
Island,
there was a
but-
minister, an apartheid
But
minister,
Eastern-
a
Eastern-
deputy minister.
Why didn't you get invited?
I never get invited because they know I'll talk about it on the podcast.
Ah, wait, no, really, no.
You remember the boys of the island or silent
Yes.
boys of the island? There was a book in an island and a deputy minister of apartheid.
So,
deputy minister was
don't you think
involved.
That island is just outside of Eastern Cape.
Yeah, it's a
it?
strong throw. Yeah.
So don't you know of
From
someone
the
who's going around filming ministers having sex and shit, orgies and all this
Or
stuff?
somebody throwing parties,
Yeah.
inviting,
Yeah.
all the big boys.
Yeah.
So I've never been invited. So what's wrong with me?
No, but do you know
No.
that it's happening?
No.
Do you think it's
No.
happening though?
No, absolutely not.
Bro, it must be.
Wouldn't we hear
Rob
about
wouldn't snitch, man.
Yeah, I
It
wouldn't.
was happening. Let's be
it?
honest.
Hey, listen,
bro.
I'd look a lot tighter than this. Don't you think?
No, but for me, it could make sense that there is something like that happening because what ends up happening is that
Maybe we're just all too boring. Maybe our politicians just stealing and hiding the money and doing nothing.
no,
else.
but the way they move, it seems like they have something on each other.
Yes,
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
that's
Yes,
100%
true.
right.
Yeah.
Cyril with sheep, or I don't know,
Yeah.
or buffalo.
Boys of the Island, yeah.
Boys of
Yeah,
the Island. That's the
the
book.
Lost Boys of Bird Island. Yeah.
Yeah,
The Lost
the Lost
Boys.
Boys of Bird Island. That's
sounds
the
like,
book.
Sounds like a terrible island to go to because I've never heard of it.
Jeez, and it's
Yeah,
always...
it's young boys. What do you think the money that they found in that couch in Palapala? Like, as a billionaire, do you have any intel of
What way was
like
that?
what was it exactly for? Where was it from?
I reckon, I'm guessing,
Yeah.
allegedly,
Iran.
I think it's
Whoa!
I think
Whoa, Iran!
Cyril definitely knows what's going on with Iran. He, Naledi, they all know suitcases of money. And why not? Cyril, here's your share, pala. I mean, why not? Makes sense. But I reckon the Americans know way more than they're letting out
About
all of this, about the money from Iran to the ANC, about Cyril's pala. The Americans have the budget for their security is, you think Israel and Mossad know what they're doing. America's 50 times bigger. Yeah.
But then why aren't they acting, especially when it's their currency?
They've got a lot of other.
restriction
They've got a lot of other things to think about.
Oh yeah,
It's
true,
not,
true.
Fair enough.
you know, we South Africans think we're so important
Yes,
that everyone cares about what's going on in this country. Firstly, no one cares, no one knows. Africa's got 55 countries.
Yeah.
South Africa's the same size as Louisiana.
Yeah.
Americans don't even know what's going on. They heard about Nelson Mandela and apartheid, and
that's
they've heard
it.
the Springboks. That's it. Until we went on the podcast tour, and Americans like, "Oh my God, is that what's going on in your country?"
Yeah.
They still don't know.
I wanted
But
to
we
ask,
should get you guys on American podcasts.
would love that.
Oh yeah,
Because-
definitely.
You know, they
And when I
ask you
tell
a
them the truth,
question-
unlike you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's go.
We would
You
look
guys,
for
let me just tell
data.
you guys, okay, are so sensitive because for 30 years you've been able to say anything without someone telling you you're wrong for once.
Yeah,
And
but
here I am, baby.
Nah, but we would never go and say white people don't bath.
We wouldn't throw you guys under the bus.
We don't sometimes.
Yeah, we wouldn't throw you guys under the bus. You know, with misinformation, we wouldn't.
Guys, they asked me a question. I told the facts. I didn't embellish.
No,
End of
quite.
story.
I wanted to ask you. You've been mentioning Iran, South Africa, USA. I haven't been following that. What's the connection? What's going on
Spending
there?
more time on the Epstein case.
Yeah, that fascinates me. But what's going on there, man? Like, what's the connection? I don't understand. Why is Cyril in bed with Iran?
What's the play?
Yeah, what's the play?
Because they're paying him. They're paying the ANC. The ANC are prostitutes. They're there to steal and take money. That's it. As simple as that. They break so they can steal. Why break a turbine at Eskom? Why? By putting in faulty coal. Why break it? So you can import diesel and make a lot of money. Why break the railways? Huh? So your lorry company and your taxi company can make all the money. You break so you can steal. It's absolutely an ANC policy. If you have a working democracy and a working economy, it's hard to steal. But if you break shit, you can steal. And that's what they did.
So you're saying Iran doesn't give a fuck about us
Iran-
or the ANC? They just went around
Correct,
looking
correct.
for who can
Bingo.
be their proxy.
Exactly. And the ANC bend over, pull their pants down, take the money.
Jeez, man.
That's 100%.
And what's Iran
Before
gaining?
they get a voice piece on their side. They get a country to sue Israel through the ICJ. We're a proxy. Did you see my recent cartoon? Oh my God.
You got to send us a lot of
so
stuff.
Oh, by Zap.
I have a buddy called Dave Dubell, right? Does the best cartoons. And I send him ideas, he draws the cartoon. So just have a look. I'll show you. And I basically said to him, Uncle Sam with a mallet in his hand and a you know, whack-a-mole, you know the game? And Iran whack-a-proxy game with 4 little heads, 3 of them with their heads spinning, having been whacked. Houthis, Hezbollah, Hamas, and one last one, ANC, with his head out, and Uncle Sam going, now it's your turn. Because the ANC is an Iran proxy. Houthis, Hamas, Hezbollah, ANC. And they're going to get smacked by the America very, very soon. It's coming.
In
Won't be
close,
you, won't be me, won't be you. It'll be the bad boys. And
in close, Rob Breezy, business-wise, where we at? What's up? What's coming up? Any exciting stuff that you're working on?
Yeah.
Are we making money? Are you going to give us some money?
Yes, I am. So I was playing golf with a buddy of mine, Nick French. And I said, you know, Nick, everyone pitching me deals, trying to get me to invest in stuff. You know, we've been buddies a long time. You've never told me what you're really working on or any opportunities. He said, well, actually, it is an opportunity. He said, myself and George Lasaba, a buddy of his, have won a license, a betting exchange license. First time ever in South Africa. I'll tell you what I mean by that. And we are going to launch BetMatch, which is the first ever betting exchange in South Africa. And I said, well, that's interesting. I'd like to put some money behind that. And he said, okay. So I've invested in BetMatch. We launched in November, the first ever betting exchange. So, you know, Hollywood Bets and, and Wombat Bet and everything. They all have one model. They want you to lose money because they make money if you lose, okay? BetMatch wants you to win because they make money if you win. It's a whole different thing. In normal betting and gaming and gambling, there's the book, the tote, the casino, the bookkeeper, and they give you the odds.
By the way, these are your thoughts because Hollywood Bets pays our bills. So
Do they?
yeah. These are just your thoughts. Just to put it out, the disclaimer.
I'm not telling you anymore. I'm not telling you anymore.
Yeah,
they advertise.
They advertise with us.
Yeah.
Well, they'll give you
support
another
us.
advertiser.
Yeah, but as
So
you-
in all gambling companies, there's the house, the bookie, the casino, the tote that give the odds, and you take the odds or don't. In a betting exchange, you say the Springboks are going to lose by 10 points, and you go, that's nonsense, I'll take the bet. It's peer-to-peer betting. And the betting exchange makes money from the winning bet. Big difference, okay? You also cannot make the bet or take the bet or lay the bet unless your money is in your bank account. So what happens is the social grant, which goes to 28 million people, 30% of that money goes into gambling. I mean, it's horrible. It's just depressing. With a betting exchange, you have to have the money in the bank account before you can make the bet. So it's much more legitimate, and it is more profitable than all these betting companies. So hopefully it's going to be a big success. Hopefully it'll be your big new sponsor.
yeah. Have you seen the betting?
And that's a big new area that's
industry, bro. Hey, those guys are making
I
money.
saw it
bro.
many years ago,
Every
bro.
single day, there's a new betting company coming
Yeah.
up.
Because
And the ones that exist are opening branches. People
Yeah.
are just losing. Sorry, Rob.
people just lose. We want them to
Well,
be
that's
winners.
how they grow. You said that's the
yeah.
model, right?
So that's one big project. The other one is I'm working closely with Eskom,
Yes.
with Stafford Marzi. You should get him on the show. It's a genius. He got me into Bitcoin, so I'm eternally grateful to Saint Stafford.
By the way, he buys Bitcoin in dollars.
Whoa.
We buy in rands.
It still goes up, it's the same. You're still going to make money. And we're working on a Bitcoin mining project with Eskom, which will really help Eskom, help South Africa, and hopefully we'll do very well. So that's my two big projects.
And they're not against that because they hate anything innovative.
No. This they're very for, because
Wow.
they have electricity that they make no money out of.
Oh, I get you.
And we're using only that electricity that they're making no money out of.
Before you go, I wanted to ask you, man, what makes you happy? Because every time I see you, always speak so passionately about business ideas that you are doing and projects that you're currently busy with. But what's your what feeds your soul? What feeds your soul? Is it
People.
you've gone
People.
you've gone past making
Make
money?
yeah. I think it's people. There's an age thing as well, okay? It's not just the money thing, it's an age thing. You get to 64, 65, and some things become completely unimportant. So I used to have lots of friends. I was very social. Now I just upset people so I can get rid of some of the friends.
Wow.
Piss people off. Say things on podcasts and this guy won't talk to me, this company won't talk to me, he won't take my calls.
Yeah.
And then you can boil it down to just a few extraordinary people. And what makes me happy are little things, help. I do a random act of kindness every day, RAK, R-A-K. And it's not something that I tell people about, and it's not something I put my name in lights.
Yeah.
So I'm at Engen, I'm buying my petrol and some sweets. And there are 4 people behind me with their milk and their bread. Okay? And I just say, I'll pay for all of this.
Whoa!
And I don't say who I am, and I just pay the bills and go. Or I'm driving.
Hey, going to the gas station after this.
They'll follow me.
There's going to be a convoy.
But it's only bread and milk.
Asking for full tank.
But you only get bread and milk, okay?
Full tank.
Or I'm driving through Bishop's Court, the rain's coming, and there's a go-go with a little kid, they've got all their bags and they're walking up the hill. Bang, I call my wife, I go, I'm going to be home late. Pick them up, where are you going? And drive them wherever they're going.
Wow.
And I do one every day.
Where's the furthest you've had to go?
Eh?
Where's the furthest you have to go? Like which township?
Well,
have you been?
I did get told Kailicha, and I said, can I drop you at Weinberg and give you money for the taxi?
I thought as much.
No, I mean, no. But I gave her money for the taxi.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds hectic, but that's dope, man. Penduka, any last
So that
question?
makes me happy, and moments like this, and laughing, and happy days, and a hug, and little it's little stuff.
It's little stuff,
Yeah.
né? It's things that money can't buy.
Things that money can't buy.
I like the last one you mentioned, health. Health, I'm starting to realize health is very big.
So I'm back in the gym. I don't know. You haven't noticed. You didn't
How's
say
those
anything.
How's those treating you?
So I did. My wife put me on Ozempic.
For real, you're on Ozempic?
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, I'm on the sister one, Mounjaro.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all
But I'm
semi-glutide.
telling you what, I still, it's not even an injection. It's a pen.
Yeah.
I'm still too scared. So I have to like as my wife does it. She says, "Stop being such a baby,"
Yeah.
But it's
And how
quite
many
fun.
Ks have you lost?
10.
Oh, okay.
From 98 to 83.
Whoa! Whoa!
And then I looked like people said, Rob's definitely got something wrong with him. And then I like put on a bet. I'm at 88 now. But you know, you've got to watch out because you lose muscle mass.
Yes,
yeah.
that's the
So
problem.
now I'm back in the gym lifting.
Why did you take him? You look good, bro.
You want to look gooder.
You wouldn't
You get about 64 years old. But most people do not admit to something like this.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah, it's coward.
There's this podcaster, have a look, called Awaken with JP.
I haven't seen that.
God, he's
Awaken
funny.
with JP.
Have you seen him? He's got long red hair and he's buff and he's humorous.
Yeah.
And I follow his podcast. He's hilarious. He's got 4 million followers.
Wow.
And he said, I've been meaning to tell you, but for 5 years I've been taking testosterone and nobody admits to it. And here's why it's so good. No, but he admitted to it. Most people don't. I admit, I'm on Manjaro. Okay? Look at me, baby. Look at me. Before, after.
Wrong.
I do love you.
I know. Hey, funny guy.
I won't get invited back.
Fuck out of here, bro. Fuck out of here, bro.
Get the fuck out of here. So there we go.
Paduka, yes. Any last question?
Yeah. What were your thoughts, man, about the Oval Office meeting? So, firstly, Trump, demanded for some golf players, his favorites. So, and I feel like that was such
Staged.
such
It was kind of weird.
humiliation. It was
kinda
humiliation. It's humiliation to call a whole head of a country, but tell him, hey, bring some.
I agree.
Some of my golf buddies for me to meet them. And then secondly,
I don't know. I think Trump asked for them to be there.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was humiliating to. I mean, you're gonna talk to another adult, two leaders of two different countries, sovereign country. Yet
you
you're
know why
almost
he did
saying,
it?
I'm not gonna hear you out unless.
No, you know why he did it?
Okay. I'm gonna go on. I've got another
He didn't
question.
trust what the others are going to say. He wanted those two.
Oh, I see. Now,
That's it.
what about the presence of Rupert? And also, it really looked like state capture. If
Didn't it?
if
I agree.
if
I
a
agree.
non-elected
What was
private
he doing there?
citizen, talking
I
about
agree.
our policing and what our policing needs. That we need Starlink. That really looked like state capture.
agree.
Because if there was a Gupta in there, Rob.
Correct.
Oh.
I don't know why he was there. I don't think he should have been there. And it didn't look right. Did not look right at all. I agree.
He didn't tell you guys in the WhatsApp group?
Yeah.
No, he didn't talk.
That is going.
He's not speaking.
It's like,
to
boys, watch this, boys.
No,
I'm gonna teach that boy a lesson.
he's not speaking to
Getting
me.
Starlink here.
Why?
He says I'm too political.
Okay. But so is
I don't think
But
that's-
so he was in the
He was
Oval
in the
Office.
Oval
That's the
Office.
most
Exactly.
political you can get.
How
Exactly.
bigger does it get?
Like, yeah.
Good point. Okay.
Wow. Maybe
Maybe
you're
I'm
not,
not
for his
political enough.
For him.
Yeah.
And
maybe
his-
I won't speak to him because he's too political.
But
So
yeah,
the truth
so
is, yeah,
so-
sorry.
No,
What are your
agree.
thoughts?
I agree. It looked wrong. The whole thing looked wrong. And and Cyril was an embarrassment. I mean, when he was asked, Donald Trump could have attacked him directly, didn't. Instead said, why do you allow this EFF hate speech, blah, 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 whatever you believe. Why you allowed this to happen in your country? He didn't attack Cyril. He kind of said, why aren't you doing something about this? And Cyril had every opportunity to say, I know, we're going to do something about it. It's wrong, or whatever his answer was. Instead, he moved from cheek to cheek like a stupid schoolgirl, like going, I mean, Cyril was a global embarrassment. The whole thing was a farce. I mean,
what would you have
somebody
done
said why I should have been invited. If I'd been invited, I probably would have been standing next to Musk, saying, Cyril, out, because he is ruining this country. He's hopeless. So.
Will there always be state capture? Because it seems like every time there's an administration, there'll always be the guys getting the big contracts. And it's always due to proximity to the big man.
I've attacked corporates for not saying anything against the government. Okay? They're silent to the extreme. Yeah. And there's somebody who said there's a great expression. Corporate South Africa's never met a government they couldn't work with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Pause.
So,
Pause.
That answers my question. Yeah.
So, here we go.
So we got to get in corporate, baby.
Yeah, there'll always be.
Guys coming out of left field.
Ghost Lady, last question. He's got to go. Where are you going now?
Lady.
You going to another dinner?
I'm going to the Green and Gold pub.
Yeah.
To meet an Indian buddy of mine, and he's got all the Indian worms and uncles who want to meet me.
What are these people? Oh, yeah, you got money. Yeah, okay.
No, they like me. I'm fun to do. And I drink my chillers.
Are you good? No, thank you so much, man.
Thanks,
Rob
Rob.
Hersov, thank you so much for coming through, man.
I love you, brother.
Next
I
time-
love what you guys are doing. No wonder you're the best.
Ne?
No wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. man.
Who's the guest you want that you haven't got that you'd love to have, other than Elon Musk, because he's impossible to get? Eh?
Ooh, that's a good
Who
question.
would you like? Who's like the...
I'd really like Cyril.
Okay.
I'd really like.
He doesn't do interviews.
He doesn't, bro. He
And
doesn't.
he wouldn't be able to do an hour. And he's
Yes.
not funny. You want someone
Rupert, man. Oh, but you guys don't talk. But Johan Rupert would be great. Yeah.
Or even
Christo.
where we approached Christo,
Christo
he
Visa?
said no.
Christo Visa. Oh, he
Christo
said
was,
no.
He was almost...
Should
No,
have given them a better pep
Christo
talk.
is...
Pep
Send him a
talk
pallet. Send him a pallet. Send him a pallet. Send him a pallet.
Christo,
No,
yes.
Christo would be great. He's sense of humor. He's spiritual. He's kind. He's
Yes.
nice. But you know, he took a pounding
With
for
the
Steinhoff
thing.
thing.
Steinhoff,
thing.
oh,
And
yeah.
he's I don't blame him.
He's checked
sensitive.
out.
Yeah. So a business person.
Yeah, a business person.
yeah.
Like a Johan Rupert.
Billy.
One
A
of the-
Billy.
Patrice,
Yeah, a
would
Billy.
love a Patrice.
Yeah, Patrice would be good.
Oppenheimer.
Patrice.
No, Patrice was coming.
Nicky Oppenheimer. Which Oppenheimer?
Nick, he's quite old now.
Nicky
yes,
he's the
yes,
old.
But the son is running
A
the.
Billy. You want a Billy?
Yeah, yeah.
Let's get some Billies.
From
Yeah.
Stellenbosch.
They're
Yeah.
very quiet, those guys. I don't
Billy.
think they'll
Yeah,
come,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
They don't want
Let's see.
that kind
Yeah,
of
but good idea.
It was so fascinating when I was watching the Steinhoff thing, how the Techie Town started. They started with 20,000 rands, bro.
Yeah, they took a hit as well there.
Oh, they took a hit.
yeah,
they did.
Techie Town was
Along the way.
invested big time in
Big
Steinhoff.
time.
Oh shit! Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
dog, shit, bro.
So guys, AI. We came up with 3 businesses on this show. Somebody's probably launched them already.
Before the end
AI,
of the show.
all this
Yeah.
socialization idea. I think it's a great idea. by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, for AI school
So
kids.
you
yeah.
go do your homeschooling AI,
Homeschooling
and then
AI,
you do that. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, Rob Hersov, thank you so much,
Shout
man.
out to Rob.
So Joe Rogan, it's gonna happen, right?
Yeah, you and me, baby.
Let's go. I'll be your Cyril, you can be my Rupert.
Okay.
Yeah, let's be like,
Love you guys.
We are here, man.
Little
Podcast
girl.
and chill.
Bye.
If you've made it this far, we really appreciate you guys. Make sure you support by subscribing, liking, sharing, and don't forget to comment. Hersov.